Hello and welcome to another edition of Another Book Review. This week I'll be reviewing the debut novel of Brian Platzer, Bed-Stuy is Burning. I'll talk really briefly about the author, give a spoiler-free overview of the plot, talk about what I liked about the book, what I didn't like about the book, finish off with who I'd recommend the book to, and what I will be reading for next time. Brian Platzer is a writer who has appeared in McSweeney's, among other things. This novel, Bed-Stuy is Burning, is his first book. He recently published another book called The Body Politic. This is the first of his stuff that I've read. I haven't gotten a chance to check out any of his articles in McSweeney's or anything like that. So what this book is about, Bed-Stuy is Burning. It centers around a white couple in the Bed-Stuy neighborhood of Brooklyn who've recently bought a building. The man's name is Aaron, and his girlfriend he lives with is named Amelia. Aaron is a former rabbi who is now in the financial services profession, and Amelia is a writer with like People magazine. And they recently have had a son named Simon. In the book, before the book begins, there is a shooting by the police. The white police have shot a black 12-year-old, and the book kind of takes place after that event. That event is off screen. This starts the novel. There's a hashtag, 12 years old, 10 shots. And the book really is about the people in Amelia and Aaron's life during this time. There is basically without getting too deeply into spoilers, there's a riot that surrounds their building. And the book is really about the building up to that riot and kind of the aftermath of the riot. So some of the things that I did like, I think there are some interesting characters in the book. Along with Aaron, there is another character who is one of the tenants of Aaron's building. Aaron's bought this building. Aaron and Amelia bought the building. It's about $1.5 million. They have a couple downstairs tenants. One of the tenants is a character in the book. And I thought the Aaron character specifically, I thought was really interesting because he is a former rabbi who's gone into professional service, financial services, and there's a question of why that is, and it kind of explores that throughout the book. I thought that was interesting. I also thought the writing was strong in some points. The kind of writing of the riots and things of that nature, the event that happens is, I thought, really powerful, kind of really expressed the confusion and chaos of that scene really well. Some of the things that I didn't like as much, there are other characters, like I mentioned. There are people who live in the neighborhood. The nanny that takes care of their son, Simon, as well as kind of a local handyman who's kind of sweet on her. And Amelia herself, I didn't think were as well drawn or as interesting. And I thought that there's a lot of cases in the book, due to plot reasons, that people act in ways that I don't think characters would normally act. I think the book does a good job of capturing kind of the tension between the police force and the people who live there. There's a part where Bill Bratton is a character, and he has a couple of chapters, and there is a couple of other real-life people. Ta-Nehisi Coates is quoted in the book, even though I don't think it's his real quote. So there's a couple of real people in the book. I think all those things kind of gave a verisimilitude to the book that I thought was cool. Overall, the problems I had with it were the characters didn't really act in a realistic manner. In a lot of instances, they felt more because the plot demanded they act that way, and less like real people would act that way. There's also kind of a problem with pacing. There's kind of a major event that comes up and has a resolution. At that resolution, there's still about 20% of the book left, and everything kind of in that last 20%, it felt in some ways tacked on, and I think it kind of, to me, kind of exposed the lack of focus in the book, because you have certain characters that I think are relatively well drawn out. Aaron, I think, is the kind of biggest, most complete arc of the book, and there's other characters you spend 1 or 2 chapters on, and that's really all. And so they're kind of not fully developed, but not absent from the book. And there's kind of a lot of in-between that I thought kind of detracted from it. If you're someone who likes books like this, really reminded me of Bonfire of the Vanities in the sense a lot of the subject matter is the same. It's kind of an examination of race and class and gentrification and things of that nature in New York City, the police presence in the city. So it definitely was a callback to that. It was probably even a bigger callback to Do the Right Thing. That's probably kind of the closest spiritual work to this that I've kind of experienced. So if you like either one of those, I think you should check it out. I had problems with it. I don't think it's as effective as either of those other two things that I mentioned. But if you're looking for something that's kind of a contemporary study in a fictional nature to these things, race, class, gentrification in New York and things like that, then you may want to check it out. And it's Bed-Stuy is Burning by Brian Platzer. And next time I'm going to be reading Jonathan Safran Foer's nonfiction work, We Are the Weather. Until next time, please feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have read Bed-Stuy is Burning, please leave a comment section in the comment section below. Until next time, bye.